Hi there.
Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, everybody. Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday, Steve.
Everybody has been muted. Ilana is in charge of muting so we can work civilly. Seconds. And thank you all for joining us. This is fabulous.
Bravo.
Hello.
Hi.
Cool.
Well, I was a little disappointed that did you have a great
Hold on a
bar?
second. Hold on a second. Marcia is going to come on.
Okay.
Actually,
Hi, Steve. Happy birthday.
I'm going to introduce Ivan from Annapolis. Obviously, a long time friend of Steve's. Ivan?
Thank you, Marcia.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, my friend, you were the best. Always upbeat, always positive. You know, I first met Steve, an offbeat Yonkers boy from New York 60 years ago at our Sammy fraternity house at Drexel. Jay Miro and I shared an interesting senior year with Steve in a cozy, cockroach-infested apartment near the fraternity house. Unfortunately, your passion for playing the trombone during study hours was a bit of a challenge. I remember our graduation year party at the apartment, where after a few glasses of wine, we impulsively adorned the walls with creative artwork. Steve, you're the ultimate entrepreneur, always looking for a new marketing idea, a new venture, a new experience. Every activity is a project to complete, never deterred by physical challenges. You're adventuresome, sometimes to a fault. On our trip to Israel, I remember our crazy nighttime cab ride to Bethlehem, and later your determination to make a border crossing into Egypt. Your funky taste in art and crafts has always been interesting. And dining with you has never been a speed eating contest. And we always know there will always be a doggy bag in your future. Steve, on this your 80th birthday, I look forward to our treasured friendship continuing for at least another decade and beyond. With love, your friend, always, Ivan.
Cheers.
Bless you.
Thank you, Ivan. Beautiful. And we love the video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, welcome everybody. Make yourself at home. Oh, you are at home. I see that.
Marcia.
Grab yourself a glass of wine, a piece of cake, and relax. This is the first ever 80th Zoom party, and it will probably be the last 80th Zoom party.
We had 80 participants.
So we are going to just kind of wing it, as they say. We are thrilled with the number of videos that we received, and it's kind of interesting when you see and hear the videos. You think you get to kind of hear what people think about you, and you hear it before you're dead and in the ground and can't hear it. And so it's a really nice experience to know what people think about you. And it plus all of the experiences that you've had, because I don't think anybody missed anything by the time you put it all together. So welcome to this little extravaganza. We plan to have a virtual birthday cake song. We don't know how that'll go either, but we'll see. Anytime you want to blast in, just please do it. But at the end of this whole thing, we will have a chat, and Steve will explain what the chat room is. I have a feeling that most of you already know, but it's down at the bottom of your screen. You'll see chat room. And as you have questions, you are welcome to, or comments, you're welcome to put that in. We will introduce you to Julia, who is a couple thousand miles away in Israel, and she's got a lovely personal tour for us. So let me introduce you to the glamorous birthday boy, Steve.
Well, thank you very much for coming to the second anniversary of my 40th birthday party. It's been a very quiet news week, as we all know. There's no football today. It's pretty cold out here. And so out of boredom, thanks for joining us virtually. I know you're disappointed that this is not a Super Bowl invitation, but we do have activities, as Marcia mentioned, which should hold our common interests. We have many things to be thankful for today. Yes, I was born before World War II. Yes, I am officially 80 years old. And yes, when my grandkids think of me, they think of the Gettysburg Address. I've been blessed to travel extensively with my supervisor and friends, and that we have visited about 115 countries. It took a lifetime to do that. But today we have several multiple miracles to talk about, and I wish to share this day with them. First, my supervisor of 57 years, Marcia, is about to celebrate her 39th anniversary in 6 days. Just about 100 hours ago, our niece, Dr. Carrie and John, celebrated the birth of an 8-pound, 6-ounce bouncing baby girl named Cassidy, the first arrival in 17 years. At the same time,
Did you know that?
my sister-in-law, Avis, became a proud, newly minted grandmother, and yesterday celebrated her 39th birthday. Just 3 days ago, our country entertained a brand new president. You remember Joe from down the block in Rehoboth Beach? That's him. We wish him success. And just a few days ago, my son Kevin celebrated his 3rd year with his partner Christy in their brand new house. 3 days ago, my grandson Grant launched his creative studio called Meet the Edge in Brooklyn. And of course, we wish him the best. So anybody with a January or Aquarius birthday, today's your day, this is your party, and you're welcome to join us in celebrating. We have plenty to be thankful for. Now, just a couple of seconds about this crazy virtual thing. Zoom sort of moved into our life right around March of last year. Well, I have 3 things to share with Zoom users just to make sure that everybody's on the same level. The first thing is, in the upper right-hand corner, you have a little block that says View. And if you click on that thing with your mouse, you have 3 choices. You have the speaker view, the gallery view, and the full screen. Feel free to play with them during this presentation. If you click on speaker view, for example, whoever's speaking will pop up on your screen. The second item is the most important thing on the screen, and that's in the lower left-hand corner. It's called Mute. And you can unmute yourself or mute yourself by clicking on that, or alternatively, you can press the space bar, and that will unmute you as long as you hold the space bar down. The third is the chat box in the middle at the bottom, and that's used to send messages among ourselves. Feel free to pass any messaging, ask any questions or whatever. And if you need any more help on how to use Zoom, basically find any 8-year-old. They're all Zoom. Well, thank you for your friends who have come and have something repeatable to say about me. I appreciate it. And I turn it back to my supervisor.
A lot of people.
Okay, remember those videos I talked about? Let's get started. And here's your first glass of wine, like Passover. Steve, press a button. Yes.
That looks good.
Hi, guys. We want to wish Steve a happy birthday. Hope we can come. We hope we can see you soon again, either here or there. And meanwhile, have a really very good, happy, and healthy birthday and year.
Yeah, we hope that you'll be able to come soon and we can sit again and your breakfast, discuss things while you eat your omelette and strawberry jam as usual. Have fun.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve. The first thing I remember with you, my earliest memory, is going to your house and looking at the pilings under your house and how you decorated them with all broken pieces of tile. It was just fascinating to me. And then from then on, we had all kinds of fun experiences together while we lived at the beach with you in the cove. So here's cheers to you. Happy birthday, and glad to have you as a neighbor.
So my first memory of Steve would be on the boat dock down at Bethany Beach, and him trying to back in his boat on a windy day. So pretty funny in and of itself. My second memory of Steve along that same line is he always tried to beat me to see who was going to get the boat in the water first. And of course I won all the time.
Happy birthday, Steve, from La Jolla, California. My recollection of one particular episode occurred at one of our high school reunions. We've known Marcia for over 60 years. Marcia, myself, and Gloria were in the same graduating class. And at our reunion, Steve would come along and video record, like he likes to do, the whole show. Well, we're walking along with him, and this two women come up, and you know, you don't recognize what people look like. And Steve, as he's video recording them, says something like, "Hey, remember that hot date we had?" And she looked at him, and she was just confused. Did she have a hot date, or didn't she have a hot date? Anyhow, I think he eventually told her he was just kidding. But that's a Steve Plotkin story. He has a great sense of humor. And we want to wish him a happy birthday. 80, you know, we do have to tell you the truth, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, you ever get that card that says happy birthday, somebody has to tell you the truth, and you open it up and it says, you're old, you know? But you're an amazing human being, and we're honored to be invited to your 80th birthday.
Hi, Steve. I don't think either of us remembers how many years we have really known each other. We carpooled the kids to Beth Israel on Gailey Terrace, and that must have begun sometime around the late 70s. And we both qualified to be members of the Alta Cockers. So I'm guessing at least 40 years. People go in and out of each other's lives, and that's life. I am so, so glad that you and Marcia have stayed a part of mine. Enjoy, celebrate, happy, healthy 80th birthday. You have really reached a milestone. Big hugs. Happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday, Steve. You are an amazing mover and shaker, and I am glad to be in your orbit. Have a great day.
Happy birthday, Grandpa. I'm sad that we can't be together in person this year, but I know sometime soon we'll be able to be under the same roof again. But until then, I cannot wait to party it up with you on Zoom. We'll put on all of our fun backgrounds. It'll be great. It's not a story per se, but one of my favorite things about you is that whenever I come to you with any piece of information, you always seem to know something about it or have a story about it, or you're able to direct me to something about it. And so I always know it's a good day when I see your name pop through my email inbox. Happy birthday.
Hello, Steve. Hello, everyone. My name is Joan Imowitz, for those who don't know, and this is my husband, Bob.
Hello.
We'd like to say how we met Steve. We met Steve during a barroom brawl. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's how my parents met. No. Bob and I met Steve when Bob purchased a Rolls Royce for me for a birthday gift. And I was ecstatic. I giggled through the whole purchasing process with John Palmer. Later, I wrote an article about that experience, and I gave it to John to see if he could get it published, which he did. The following year, Bob bought me another Rolls Royce for my birthday. I guess he was running out of gift ideas, but I was thrilled. And so I wrote another article about that experience, and I gave it to John to get published, and Steve published it. Later at the holiday party, Steve approached me and asked me if I were the lovely young lady who wrote those 2 articles. And I sheepishly admitted that, yes, I had written those articles. He asked me if I'd like to write an article about the holiday party, and I said yes, I would. Later, before I knew what hit me, I was the assistant editor of the Keystone Region newsletter, and later a board member. And that is thanks to Steve. So, Steve, I want to thank you for being such an exceptional friend and a fabulous mentor. Bob, is there anything you'd care to add?
Steve, happy birthday.
And many more. Take care.
Bye.
Happy birthday.
Hello, Steve, and happy birthday to you, and hello to everyone else. Don Plummer here. I've had the pleasure of knowing Steve for many decades. We first met when we were managers at a computer-based, a Boston-based computer company, Keen Associates, as they say, many years ago. I'd like to comment on one of Steve's skills that I've always been impressed with, and that's his ability to eke every ounce of enjoyment out of any activity that he's involved in. He's just excellent at that. Even something as little as riding along with him in a car while he's eating some disgusting food from the console of his front seat, or cruising in his boat on the Delaware River. He always gets the most out of it. I hearken briefly to a trip we made to Memphis, Tennessee, again many years ago, ostensibly a marketing trip, but his main purpose, I think, of being there was to visit Graceland, Elvis Presley's home. And I thought, no, we can't do that. I mean, we're on company business here. They're paying for it. I said, oh no, we'll go. And we did. And we walked through those hallowed halls and trooped through his private jet, and bought some trinkets from the people out front. Again, still, Steve is so skilled, as I mentioned, grasping every little bit of pleasure, whatever we're doing. So happy birthday again to you, Steve, and hope you have many happy, healthy more. Bye-bye.
Hi, Cousin Stephen. It's Alyssa here in New Jersey. I am hearing a rumor that someone I know is turning 80 this week. I want to wish you a very happy and very healthy 80th birthday, and I hope you take time to celebrate you, and know that you mean a lot to a lot of people. You mean a lot to me, a lot to Adam. Happy, healthy, special birthday, and hope to see you in the not too distant future.
I just wanted to wish you a happy and healthy 80th birthday, and I hope to see you soon.
Hi, Steve. Jules and I want to wish you a very happy birthday.
Hi, Steve. Unfortunately, I'm not making balinces. I'm making pancakes.
Yeah, but because in honor of your 80th birthday, we're planning on giving you double the amount of balinces this year.
Yes.
So from the two of us,
Hello there.
Happy 80th birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you.
Hi, Steve. This is a little birthday poem for you from Bev and Jim. It's called Still Together in These Crazy Times. 'Twas not in the nifty 50s, nor the crazy 60s, that we met. We first said hi at a meeting of Philly VFI.
trips to Israel and lots of schmoozing. Our friendship was really cruising.
Though we now spend lots of time in the Sunshine State, don't be blue. Our door is always open to you and Marcia.
By sharing the important times in our lives, the lows and the highs, we managed to emerge fast friends, witty and wise.
So on your special birthday, as we ponder the last 20 years plus, remember, you're still a bit older than us. Happy birthday, Steve.
Well, I think that's the end of those videos. So welcome back. And now we get to go to Israel. And may I introduce our dear friend, Julia Newman, who is coming to us live from Israel. And let me turn it, well, for those of you who have been privileged enough to listen to her for, what is it? Are we up to 66 or 62 sessions? I don't know now. Ever since COVID kicked in, Julia has been with us, and we definitely appreciate her. So, Julia, come on down.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'm Julia. I'm so happy to be with you. And Steve, I wish you the very, very best from Israel. And that's on behalf of myself and my family, Ido and Noam and Yael. And well, we're looking forward to see you here. And for all of you guys, well, some of you, I already used to seeing you twice a week, you know, on the VFI Educate program. And Ilana is with us here, and she is in charge of things. So what I will do now is sharing with you a small, it's not a video, it's a PowerPoint presentation with a few very short videos of, this is actually sort of a summary of the 60-something event we had. I mean, not each and every one, because that it will be way too long, but I just chose some of these. And for Ilana and Steve and Marilyn and Marcia, that will be just a reminder. And for others, that might be like, oh, I remember myself here and maybe there. And so I hope you will enjoy it. So I will share my screen now. Okay. Okay. Can you see Steve right in front of you?
Yep.
Yes? Okay. Ilana, you there? That's awesome. All right. So here we start. Okay. So VFI Educate is the name of the program, which was invented by Steve himself. And so the presentation is about VFI Educate and Steve, of course, and Adele as well, whom I met in Israel. And I haven't seen her for quite a while, but I'm sure she is as beautiful now as she is on this photo. This is what it normally looks like. I mean, it's sort of similar to what we have right now. And we started with live tours on locations. So we've been to Zichron Yaakov, and this is where Ilana is from. And we've been to the Intelligence Memorial Center. And this is what the old city of Jerusalem looks like during COVID-19. So I guess most of you have been to Jerusalem and remember this place way more crowded and happy and active. This is what it looks like right now. And of course, there's no way we can visit Jerusalem without visiting the Kotel. So since you are on the other side of the ocean, so I went to the Kotel for you. And please follow me to the Kotel. Okay, you see that the Kotel is not abandoned even those days. I mean, there are always people around there. It's a sunny day, just like today in Israel. It's a chilly day. And I left a note for all of us, for all of us. And God bless you all. And of course, well, it was made before the Steve's birthday. Otherwise, I would add the happy birthday to Steve. But okay, that was made prior to the event. And well, sometimes Zoom allows us to see things which we are not usually allowed to see. So these photos were taken inside a mosque, which is on the Temple Mount, and so we cannot enter this as tourists. And so here, thanks to Zoom, some advantages to it. You can see what it looks like. Well, you see, unlike the old city, in the new city, and this is the Ben Yehuda Midracho, the Ben Yehuda pedestrian zone, life goes on. Sorry. And yeah, and so we proceed to have some lunch, meatballs and kube, and see some young guys and women having lunch, just sitting down because restaurants are still closed in Israel. And we still, you know, life goes on. And well, you can tell that this photo was taken just before Hanukkah. So the best souvenir, the best Hanukkah donut and baklava and stuff. And this is around Machane Yehuda Market, which is the best place for a tasting tour. And now we make it all the way to Eilat, as far south as possible. And this is a very famous photo. This is when Eilat became Israeli territory. That happened when Steve was 8 years old. So I got this photo from Marcia. I'm not 100% sure if the younger one is Steve or the older one is Steve. Help me with this. So who is Steve here? Steve?
It's the younger one.
The younger one. Okay, so that's what I guessed. All right. So I guess that's, I don't know how old are you here, but around something. So you know, when Eilat became Israeli, Steve was 8 years old and he was just adorable. And the Dolphin Reef in Eilat, of course. And in Eilat, we have this underwater observatory with seahorses. So this is Dad on the left, and this is Mom and Dad. This is Mom and Dad of Plotkin's family. And yeah. I don't know if you ever went hiking, Steve, but I think you should. I mean, yeah, you did? Okay, all right. Well, you see these things I don't know because I met Steve only about 10 years ago. We never hiked together, actually. So I guess, well, if you did hike, so occasionally you were exhausted just like this girl on the right on top of a mountain. This is my daughter. And, well, we keep touring the desert with Yael and Ibex, and we made it to Ben Gurion's home. So this is Ben Gurion, and this is Steve. I don't know where this photo was taken, but he looks quite similar to Ben Gurion, don't you think? I mean, he is a leader, and look, we are all here. You led us to your birthday, so thank you. And we placed a stone on Ben Gurion's tomb, and we watched this beautiful sunset. And this is something so special, running water in the desert. This is in Tel Be'er Sheva. We are in an ancient water storage and pouring rain. And then we went to Masada. We were on our own. And so we took a cable car. Hey, I don't know how many of you remember this cable car trip, 3 minutes long to Masada. Yeah, Steve, you do remember. Ilana, probably you do as well. And after, well, do you recognize this is the synagogue on Masada? And then we went downhill to the Dead Sea. You see what the Dead Sea looks like? I mean, it's quite rough. It's unhappy because it's without Steve. And just compare. This is the Dead Sea with Steve. Much, much happier. We went to Herodian and Jericho, and we went to Old Jaffa by day and night, and Haifa. And we made a food tour in Haifa. Very, very tasty. We made it to Tzfat, the cradle of Kabbalah, and we participated in a mincha, which took place just outside of the synagogue, because now you're not allowed to pray in synagogue. So that was the mincha, and Caesarea Philippi and Golan Heights. and of the beaten track. I don't know if anybody recognizes. You can see the flag, the Palestinian flag, and a very special decorated sukkah of the Samaritans. So here we are in Shomron, and we are now guarded by the soldiers, the Israeli soldiers, who protect us tourists at Sebastia, which is otherwise known as Shomron. And this is the palace of King Ahab and the other kings of the northern kingdom of Israel. This is what it looks like today. So these are real hardcore biblical sites. And this is a Samaritan priest reading a Samaritan Bible for us. And we also have presentations in Megiddo with Israel Finkelstein and other presentation, and Migrating Bird with Professor Leshem. This is something Steve really wanted to hear and see, and that's what we had. And a Nepal rescue team with a Yelet Zion, and biblical beer and Hebrew alphabet. And there is so much more, but I think that's about time for us to get back to birthday party of Steve. And I really looking forward to seeing you all in Israel as soon as possible. So thank you for watching.
Thanks, Julia. That was great.
Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for her? She has brought in so many wonderful speakers. The top bird watching bird person in Israel, whom I just loved, and the top archaeologist in Israel, and the top people everywhere, generals, Mossad agents. You can't believe. So if Steve gets overly excited and bores you to death, there's a real reason for that. There's nowhere else to go to hear people like this. And we know that not everyone can listen at 2:00 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's why he's created an index for people to watch past episodes. So anyway, Julia is the leader of this, and her son is the videographer, and it works out well. So anyway, thank you so much for that. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Thank you, Marcia. And I would like to thank Steve for keeping me busy. And I really enjoyed the project. And actually, Noah, my son, he thanks you because, you know, he's working, so he must travel with me to all these places, which he would otherwise, he will not go there. I mean, it will just not happen. So that's because of you. So thank you for helping me educating my son. This is really important, you know.
You are a wizard, Julia.
You are too. Thank you.
Okay. This is Donna Wiedemeyer. What is it? What is this organization that you started, Steve?
Well, I didn't start the organization. That's been around since 1982, but I started this program called VFI Educates. Just briefly, the organization's reason to exist is to get Americans to volunteer, to go over to Israel and volunteer with the Army for 1, 2, or 3 weeks. And so we've been doing this since 1982. I've done it 15 times. Marcia has done it a bunch of times, and others. However, since we can't do it right now, and probably can't do it for some future number of months, we decided instead of bringing Americans to Israel, we would bring Israel to America. And that's where Julia came in. And so we've been running this program since around July, and I think we're up to episode 64. It's a heck of a body of work that Julia's put together. Amazing work. We've even been recognized by the Prime Minister. And there is an index that Marcia mentioned, and Ilana will put it up on chat, that you can just click into there and see this body of work. And if you click on something you like, you can watch the whole episode. Thanks for your question.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thanks. Good to see you, Steve. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes, we want to say something.
Carol?
I'm Barry.
Carol and Barry.
Yeah, Barry and Carol.
Hello,
Hi there.
Julia.
My constant guests.
As an admirers, we want to wish Steve a happy birthday because it is such a pleasant task. And we don't even have to wear a mask. Thank God.
Steve.
You are a husband,
A father,
a
granddad,
an
an
entrepreneur, a
worldwide traveler and collector.
You know what life is for.
The creative force of VFI. Does your mind ever rest? Marcia chose you. She sure chose the best.
We met Steve
Happy birthday.
at a Volunteers for Israel meeting, just as Bev did. He just appeared like Topsy, and he's been in our lives ever since. And those of you who know Steve well enough, or even if you just met him, you know that he is someone who brings oxygen into the room. He is busy, he's thinking, he contributes, he volunteers. He's an amazing man. And it's our pleasure to wish you a happy 80th
birthday.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Steve. It's Eleanor. To my most fun and adventuresome friend, thank you for bringing me some of that adventure through the VFI Educates videos. You are 80 years young, and I wish you many, many more very, very happy birthdays.
Thank you, Eleanor.
Do we have any questions, though?
We have birthday greetings. We'd be
Gretel?
very happy to wish you a happy birthday, Steve. Ernie and I met you on a fabulous trip, spending New Year's on the Nile many years ago.
That's
And
right.
it's wonderful
Yeah.
to see both of you. You look fabulous. We hope you are as well as you look. And may your good times and good adventures continue. And we salute you with good health, COVID-free, and a long life. Happy birthday from your
Happy
old
birthday.
friend.
Happy
Thank
birthday
you,
from the
too.
Suez Canal.
I see Gloria and Joe there.
Steve, I had a question.
Yes,
What
sir.
are your goals? What are your goals for the next decade? Because I know you.
In case you hadn't thought of that.
I know you always have goals.
Well, you know, we all have expiration dates. I check my passport regularly, and it expires in 10 years. So my goal is to simply make my expiration date.
And more.
That's it, Steve? Come on.
Well,
you must be
that's-
more specific.
I need to write a business plan. I'll talk to you next week.
Happy birthday.
Steve is the only person I know who is the master of ceremonies at his own 80th birthday party. And very typical to take the lead.
Oh, well.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
I just want to wish you a very, very happy 80th birthday. I tell you, nobody would believe you're a day older than 65, maybe younger.
I was going to say
But-
95.
But your joy of life, your spirit is contagious. We're always happy when we're with you. As somebody else said, you see the joy in the tiniest of things. You are always optimistic, and I can't wait to be with you again, and maybe even go on that beautiful boat of yours under the bridge and watch the stars. Happy birthday, darling, and I think I'll be here on your 100th, please God.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Can I wish you happy birthday, Steve?
Where are you?
Israel.
Hi.
How are you?
Ah,
Fine.
nice to see
I
you.
would like to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
And to you and to Marcia, keep safe.
Thank you.
Israel is Israel.
Yeah, Israel Geva is chairman of the board of Sarel in Israel, and an old friend. Nice to see you, Israel.
Say hello to your
Thank
wife,
you.
please. I'm still wearing the necklace.
Thank you for what you do for Sarel.
Thank you.
And I also bring birthday greetings to you from Israel. So now we have 3 people from Israel on the call, Julia and Israel Geva and myself. And besides happy birthday to you, Steve, I want to say you've got the most wonderful wife in the world. And Marcia, you do so much behind the scenes, I know.
How
And
much
you're
do I owe you?
checks in the mail, right? Just send it to Noam's PayPal. But really, everybody who knows Marcia knows that she's the strength behind Steve. I think. Behind every man.
I press what?
I think that's
Alt
Marcia.
N.
So to both of you, happy birthday, and happy birthday to you too, Marcia.
Thank you. All right. Well, thank you. I think we better get on with a toast here, which my son is going to deliver. And then we're going to do a virtual birthday, we hope, without burning down the house. And that will be my other son to light the candles. So, Kevin, where are you? I don't see you on this hodgepodge of
I'm here. You see me? You see me? You see me?
Hey, hi, Chrissy. Hollywood squares, but multiplied. This is my son, our son Kevin, who's going to give a toast. So, if everybody would raise their glasses, that would be great.
Kevin, no.
Kevin, where are you?
Can you hear me?
Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
You have to talk.
Hi. Oh, hi.
Kevin.
So I was only told. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I only recently learned that I would be giving this toast, so I thought it would be appropriate that it wouldn't just be for my dad, but also for my mom, who has a birthday next week. And it goes without saying, it's very hard to follow in your footsteps. Very hard. And you have goals, and you set your goals, and you really know how to live life. And I couldn't be happier for the both of you. And I definitely see us all in the same Zoom chat 10, 15 years from now, talking about the same successes that you have today. So on behalf of myself, Perry, and everybody in the family, we love you very much. And we are so lucky that you're both in our lives. I love you. Happy birthday.
Amen.
Happy.
Thank you.
Many more. Because we really care about you, we're not going to sing because we can't carry a tune.
Well, you will in the key of F, but where is Perry? Perry, you can light the candles now wherever you might be. Perry? I don't see him because I don't know where each of these squares are. Perry, how do you find somebody on this?
You just have to kind of scroll.
The person that's talking has a green bar around them.
We need an 8-year-old.
Or you can, do you want me to message him?
Perry.
Marcia, would you like me to message Perry?
I said this was a thing in
More so.
practice.
Marcia, I'm gonna message Perry.
Okay. Thank you, Alana.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
While she does that, can I make a quick toast?
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm Steve and Marcia's rabbi, and Steve, it is such a privilege to be with you. We just learned in the Torah that Moses was 80 when he went to Pharaoh and just sort of stepped into that incredible role of leadership. You at 80 are just a brilliant leader and a delightful human being, and we are so grateful for you and your presence in our community and in our world. So here's to another awesome decade of Steve Plotkin.
Oh, thank you, Rabbi Linda.
Great toast. Wow.
Yes, wonderful.
Oh, now I'll never be able to live with Rabbi Linda.
Downhill from here.
Perry is showing muted in his videos.
Apologize, Marcia.
Okay.
No problem. It was beautiful.
Oh, here he is.
Well, can I say something as long
I'm
as
sorry,
we're
what is
waiting?
he doing, Alana?
Yeah, I've messaged him.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I say something as long as we're waiting?
Sure.
I didn't send the video because I don't remember, Steve. What I do remember thinking is when I met you, and every time I've been in your presence, either personally or on Zoom since then, I come away thinking this is a superior human being, and it's unbelievable that I get to be in your presence from time to time. Happy birthday, Steve, and at least until 120.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's pretty good coming from
I
a
want you to cut. There he is.
Oh, they're lit. All right.
All right.
You see me?
Okay.
Blow him out, Steve.
Right corner, I see.
Happy birthday.
No, we have to blow the candles out.
Steve, make a wish first.
I'm making a wish.
Where's the cake at?
It's
I'm
over
gonna-
there.
Yes.
It's on
I'm
the
go-
screen.
I'm going to ask everybody.
Dan, you see my cake?
Got it.
Did you make a wish?
That's a
I'm
little
gonna ask-
bus.
I'm going to ask everybody to help me blow out the cake, which is at Perry's house. And the way we're going to do it is on the count of 3, everybody is going to blow at their screen, and magically the cake will blow out at Perry's house.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I'll have a lot of
1,
here.
2, 3.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, guys,
Bobby, where are you?
Very fell on the floor.
In the key.
I worked. There
You guys hear me?
I know it.
Did you know it?
Okay, Bobby is on.
Bobby, where are you?
I got the recorder. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Happy birthday
to
you.
Happy birthday, dear Grandpa.
Happy
Birthday to you.
Start over, Bob.
One more time.
One more time.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy
birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear Sam.
Happy birthday to you.
Are you 1? Are you 2?
Thank you. Thank you. That was great.
10, are you 20? Are you 4?
All right, not bad. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
They did well.
Great party. Great
All
party.
right, so we're not finished yet because we still have one more little video, and then we want to hear from Ed Cole and anybody else that might have anything to say.
Yeah, great.
Let me think. Hunter Denman wanted to know if this was the Goldberg bar mitzvah. I'm sorry, you have the wrong room, Hunter. But maybe it was the room next door.
Marcia,
The house next door.
may I make a comment?
Yes, wherever you are.
Yeah, I don't usually like to butt in, but I got a few words to say to Steve. A personal note, thanking you for being my mentor and co-producer of the Volunteer Connection newsletter. Also, your many important contributions to Volunteers for Israel, coordinating the periodic calls to Pamela and her successors, creation and coordination of VFI Plus program, creation of the VFI Educates program, the Zoom tech support. I'm sure there's a lot more, and I salute you for all you do for Israel and the Jewish people. Happy birthday and many more.
Thank you, Ed.
Thank you.
That was nice.
All right, let's roll it.
Okay.
Hi, Steve. Glad to celebrate your special day, your 80th birthday, in this extraordinary way through the magic of technology. What I'm thinking about is the times back, way back when my dad, your uncle, Jules, used to go and get you goat milk. Can you remember that far back? Loads of good wishes. Love you, Cousin Linda. Go.
Hi, Cousin Steve. Happy 80th birthday. Welcome to the 80th birthday club. Have a wonderful day and a great year. Cousin Ralph.
Hi, Steve. It's Carol Kent coming from beautiful Michigan to wish you a very happy birthday on this special birthday. And the next time we met, it was really Bashert. We turned up on the same army base in Israel, the medical supply base, where you were leading a trip, the VFI Plus trip, and I was placed there to volunteer. So we hung out together and I learned about VFI Plus, and that was the beginning of our VFI Plus relationship, where I worked with you to help develop the program. I led 2 of the VFI Plus trips, and I have very loving feelings towards you. And then the next time we met was on July 26, 2019, when you came to Michigan, and you were in Troy for the Rolls-Royce conference, and we got together with 2 of the volunteers from Michigan. So, Steve, it is hats off to you for this very special birthday. May you continue over the next many years with your volunteerism, your contributions to BFI and to Israel and to all of us. Happy, happy birthday.
Hi, my name is Herb Deutsch. Steve and I both grew up in adjacent apartments on the 2nd floor of a 6th-floor apartment building at 1255 Stratford Avenue in the Bronx. I lived there from the age of about 3 until I graduated college and got my first job at IBM. Even though Steve was a year behind me in school, PS 77, we were the best of friends and had common interests. Our families, parents and siblings were friends as well. We all used to watch TV at the Plotkin's house in the early 50s, as Steve's father Murray had built a black and white TV set, and they had the only TV around. Steve and I both had scientific interests as we were growing up, and both became engineers. A couple of anecdotes from our childhood, one illustrating our common technical interest and the other just funny. Our apartments, although sharing a common living room wall, faced the back of the building and wrapped around the courtyard, so our windows were visible to each other. I don't remember how old we were, 9 or 10. We decided to prove a communications concept. So we set up a pair of tin cans with a string tying the cans together, going from one of his windows to one of mine. We were then able to talk to each other through the cans with the string being taut, proving it worked. The other memory was when a pet garden snake that the Plotkins had was missing, and they couldn't find it for about 2 or 3 hours. It finally turned up in the older lady's apartment directly below them, which scared the heck out of her.
Hi, Steve. Happy very special 80th birthday. It's Ellen, and Mark is here too, and we both wish you such mazel on this very special day. I have known you for about 15 years, ever since I met Marcia at Jev's. You have always been so supportive of her there, and in every facet of your lives. Your travels together are wonderful, and you write about them so beautifully. And when I came to your house, I loved seeing your Rolls-Royce collection. That was so much fun. And your enthusiasm about everything in life is just contagious. And no matter what life throws you, you end up with a smile on your face and accept it and just move forward. And it's just so nice to know you and Marcia, and happy birthday with love from Mark and me. It's Ellen. Bye-bye.
Hey, Steve. It seems to us that knowing you has created quite a dilemma. Do we remember the good, or do we remember the bad? We just try and remember. So in its stead, we have created our own little ditty.
Too old to dream, too old to flirt, too old to sit and dish the dirt, too old to drink, too old to pet, too old to boogie, not quite yet.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Steve.
Or happy birthday to you.
Oh,
Happy
I'll be
birthday
quiet.
to you. Happy
birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you. Oh, 13
yes.
seconds gone. Oh, we have more to do.
And we met We met when we were at Beth Israel, and my goodness, you know how many years ago that was? We don't even want to count that many years back.
And one of the interesting things early that amazed me after we met was that you had a real strange lawnmower. Most of the people probably know, maybe some don't, but it was a goat
mower.
Goat mower. It wasn't rideable. It was just let him run. So that's that.
We couldn't believe how entrepreneurial you became and grew a company and made it profitable, and even had your wife as your boss.
And you still were successful.
Yes.
And you made the Inc. 500, which I think is true. And you did this all with, as Risa says, your wife as the boss. That's a remarkable accomplishment.
Right. And then there were all the fun investments, or maybe not so much fun investments, that we got involved in
and shared
at the
with
same
you.
time,
Yeah.
and shared our different experiences. And, you know, the interesting thing, Steve, about you is that I don't ever remember you being grumpy or unhappy. Whenever we were together, it was a very wonderful experience. We always enjoyed, we enjoyed both of you. But since it's your birthday, we enjoyed you a lot, and enjoyed watching you be creative and skilled in a lot of different things. You were very hands-on. And we miss you.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Hopefully we'll see you in Vegas soon.
Or hopefully we'll see you in Bethany soon.
Take care. Bye-bye. Have a great birthday.
Love you. Bye.
Turn it off.
Hello, Steve. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you and many more.
So you're now 80. You're in my club. It's not a great club to be in, but it's better to be in it than
Not
to
be
never
in it.
be in it. So you've had quite a great life. You have done just about everything that anyone could expect, and you continue to do it. That's the part that's so amazing. That you're world traveler. I mean, we don't know anyone who's seen the whole world like you guys. And you the way you're working for Israel and doing stuff for the Jewish culture, that's amazing. And
Do Jews have culture?
and you still find ways of doing business down at the shore and renting properties and selling stuff. And it's just amazing to see you be active. You never stop thinking about stuff like that. And you do it with humor and fun and pleasure, it seems.
Well, we always enjoyed being in your company, both you and Marcia. And it's just wonderful to see two people who have known one another for so very long, been married together, and you're just still doing very well and finding new things to do all the time.
Many more
Keep up the good
birthdays.
work.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Thank you all for your thoughts.
Steve, I'd like to say something. It's Donna Wiedemeyer.
Yes, Donna.
I just remember those unbelievable parties you used to have once a year for real connectivity.
Yes, Connectivity Day.
Yeah, that was amazing. You had people flying from the ceiling, and, graffiti.
That was me.
Those people were Marcia.
And were you up there, Marcia, on one of those trapeze or that swing?
Yeah, that was me.
It was you.
Yeah, people here don't know that probably. I jumped off the third-story balcony and flew down a rope onto the stage. It was called the Slide for Life, and you did feel that way, sliding for your own life.
It was hilarious, and I got to meet both of your sets of parents at that time. And the way I got to meet you, Steve, was, of course, through your wonderful Marcia, who to me is an amazing woman. And it's when she started working with me at Data Mill on Concord Pike years ago. So that we go back a long way.
Right.
And I'm in Colorado and have been here for 26 years, but miss you. And we stay in touch with your, with Marcia. I stay in touch with her by email, but you're in my club now. I'll be 85 in May. So I will tell you, not to scare you, but 80 is a downward slide, but there are ways to avoid it, like doing certain exercises. Make sure you do balance exercises.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Donna.
On this call, you know.
Happy 80th. It's fabulous.
Thank you.
Steve, can I say
something? Steve?
I met Steve's sister 62 years ago. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I've traveled with that family as part of the family for 62 years, and it's been great. Happy birthday, Steve.
That's my brother-in-law, Greg.
Yes.
Steve?
Hey.
Yeah.
Marcia, can I say something?
Mark, go ahead.
I think most people know or should know how much time and energy and years Steve has devoted to Israel, to our volunteer organization. He's been on the board for many, many years. He's gone many, many times. And in every organization, you always look to some 30-year-old who's the technology whiz and who's the idea guy. And Steve is the technology whiz and the idea guy in Volunteers for Israel. And yet he's 80, and it's amazing that he can fill that role because Steve is full of ideas and he knows the technology really well. Although he jokes about 8-year-olds, he knows this technology well. Ilana maybe knows it a little better. But Steve is just an amazing guy and a great contributor to Israel, and we all owe a debt of gratitude to him. So, Steve, happy birthday on your 80th, many, many more. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark is president, national president of Volunteers for Israel. Thank you, Mark.
Steve, we'd like to give a toast to you for your happy birthday. We've known you, it seems like forever.
It is forever.
We met.
It has been forever.
Right. Joel and I met Steve through, well, I call her Marcia because I know her from back when, but Marcia. And that's how we met Steve. We're just always in awe of all of the things that he comes up with. He always has another idea. He always has another collection. He's always the one that goes to all of the flea markets and the garage sales, and you never know what he's coming back with.
I must say, him photographing the clothes in our washing machine in Florida. Beautiful.
We'll never forget that. You would have
It's on YouTube.
So, happy birthday, old friend.
Thank you.
Hey, Steve. It's Steve. Steve number 2.
Yes.
So I've only known Steve for a few years, and in that short period of time, we've certainly had a few laughs and gotten a lot done. And I've definitely enjoyed and working with you, and I've learned a lot from you. I'm certainly not how to drive a boat, but happy birthday.
Steve, this is your cousin Marilyn through marriage, but your family. I've known Steve since Marcia and Steve dated back at Drexel, and I'm glad he's in our family, and I want to wish you a very happy 80th birthday. And Marcia, next week, happy birthday to you. And he gives excellent back rubs.
He does.
Can I say something?
Where are you?
Sure.
I'm up top, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
It's Grandma.
Little story. I am Steve's only sister-in-law, and Elliot, one of the brother-in-laws. I'll never forget this. Marcia and Steve had gone on their honeymoon, and they went to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. And our mother, Marcia's and me, mother, decided it would be good on the day that they came home that I go and visit them. I don't know if you remember that, Marcia.
You remind me frequently.
And it was so funny that day, and I'm like oblivious to everything. But happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And congratulations, Grandma and Grandpa.
Thank you. She's been, unfortunately, Cassidy's been sleeping up 2 hours, eat 2 hours, sleep 2 hours. Apparently, this is a brand new generation that we're just getting used to now as to how children are now being raised.
Well, give her a break. She's only 100 hours old.
Yeah.
Well,
You can always take her to the vet.
My mother happens to be a veterinarian, right?
By the way, Joel, that story with the washing machine, I came across that the other day on YouTube. And you're right, it's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen. Steve took a picture just of a washing machine churning away for how long, Steve? Was it 24 hours?
About an hour, that's all.
Just about an hour? There was nothing in it. It was just photographing the inside of a washing machine.
It was clothing.
No, it was washing, yeah.
It was washing. It was washing clothes.
It was?
The lid was transparent, so you could see through.
Right. It was a goofy, it was a very unusual washing machine, very photogenic.
It was pretty funny.
I'll say
Well, Steve, I'm going to interrupt.
Okay, I'll interrupt after.
Mackenzie has been wrapping presents for you.
Oh.
We have a whole bucket of presents.
All right.
Really?
She's been wrapping and unwrapping them the whole time for your birthday.
You don't see my nose.
And they're just what you want.
Right.
Uh-huh. Mackenzie.
Thank you, Mackenzie.
Favorite now. Sorry, Mackenzie. I got
She's been trying to raise my hand the whole time so that I could get in there and talk.
You got it. That's great.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for your video.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, that
and
was
Tom,
great.
Tom, the boat's not yet in the water yet, so.
Yeah. But Tom, I think you might have won. I don't know.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yes.
Hey, oh, it's Marilyn again. I just wanted to add one thing. The goat that you had to cut your grass, you bought at a yard sale and brought it home, and it did a good job, but then it ran away. I remember that. So I guess you had to get a lawnmower then.
It was delicious.
Yes. You're the one. We had a female alpine goat for a couple of years, and actually she grew to the point where I could actually ride her like a small horse. We never milked her, but and she never really did the job either. She insisted on very high quality food, but she was fun.
Jay and I have known Steve and Marcia for 60 years, and there's a trifecta. Ivan and Jay and Steve and Marcia and I were all at Drexel together, and we have been lifelong friends. We have traveled the world together. Jay and I went to Israel with Steve when it was in his infancy, and we are people who live in the Midwest now, so we don't get to see them very much, but we certainly communicate with them. And we love you. We can't believe that we're all getting to 80, but
yeah,
it's a good life, and we can have fun. And congratulations, Grandma Avis. It's really nice.
I just
Thank you, Gail.
Steve, can I interrupt too? I'm Ilana. I see myself as Steve's little sidekick, I suppose. But I work with him on everything VFI. And I have to say, I've worked with a lot of bosses who, I don't know how, I can't say this politely, who are not very nice. And so it's really nice to be able to work with people at VFI, many of you, with Carol and with Steve 1 and 2 and Mark. It's really nice to be able to work with people like Steve who really care about what they do and
make me feel like I'm a part of something and that I have something to say. And he thanks me for coming to work every morning, even if I'm on my way to bed, or he wakes me up and I'm in a dark room. And I'm pretty sure I talk to him more than my own parents, half because he interrupts every phone call I have with them. But I just love working with you, and it's great to see all your family talk about you this way, because it's kind of what I've garnered from knowing you, and you give me energy, which is good in the morning. So happy birthday, Steve.
Thank you, Ilana. You're a pleasure to work with also.
Thank you. You have to say that or I'll end this program.
Yes, she's a co-host.
Steve, I don't know if you can hear me. It's Alyssa. I joined late. I'm sorry. But I just want you to know you mean a lot to me. And I don't know if I ever told you that before, but you really do. And happy birthday. Here's to another 25 years.
Thank you, Alyssa. And thanks for the video. And Adam, too.
Steve, happy birthday. We know each other for many, many, many years. When we lived next door as children,
Yes.
a lot of good times, a lot of fun. So you have yourself a big 80th. I'm going to be 78 in next month, so I'm catching up to you.
Not that it would come on the.
Nice to see you.
What's going to happen, Linda? This is Herb. I'm Linda's older brother. Steve and I grew up together for 100 years ago. I don't know. You look so much like your father, Steve.
Yes. It's actually the other way around.
When's the last time we saw each other? I can't think of it.
20, 30 years?
At least.
At least, yeah. I think at one time this is a long time ago, I was dating your wife's sister.
Cynthia, right.
Cynthia, that's right. Maybe that's the last time. My goodness.
He doesn't let me
Like
forget
both of them are gone now.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry to hear that.
He doesn't let me forget it. Oh yeah, I dated her sister.
Well, on another note, if I can, I just want to say my wife Jen and I are members with the Plotkins at Beth Israel. And when COVID hit, the question was, well, what are people going to do? Why would they want to hang out at Beth Israel? And so a small group of us got together on Zoom, of course, and we're talking about what can we do? And of course, we had ideas. And then Steve said, well, how can we focus this? How can we communicate it? How can we market it? What's a business plan? I mean, he just took it and put it in. Steve, you put it in great shape, and you just took it from there. And thank you. And you are why it is successful. So there you go. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you. Yeah. I'm getting an unusual number of nice comments from lawyers today. I don't understand it. Josh included.
Bye-bye. Happy birthday. May the good times continue. Nice to see everyone.
Same here, Gretel.
Take care.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Marcia.
Gretel, how's your place? Your new place?
Lovely. You'll have to, when it's open, you'll have to come visit.
I know. We're hoping to make plans.
It's a wonderful place. The staff could not be more accommodating. The facility is great, and it's at a great location. So we're really happy. Do I miss my house? Yes, but this is a good change.
Oh, that's wonderful. What's the name of it again?
Canvas, like the painting on a canvas.
Canvas, right.
And it's right by Wegmans and King of Prussia and Nordstrom's. It's right behind Nordstrom's. And it's for 55 and over active adults. We just snuck in.
Yeah.
Right.
Seth's, that was a place, I don't know if you looked at that, Seth's, but
yeah,
it was another place that I had heard about.
There are about 5 different buildings that are all in this area that are all brand new. This one is for a slightly older group. We thought we would fit in more comfortably here since we've passed 80 already. And you know what? Come on in. It's great.
All right. Good.
Don't be afraid of the 80s. They can be wonderful.
Certainly a lot better than the alternative.
Middle of the center.
Right. Got it. All right.
Give us a call.
Okay. Thank you.
We look forward to hearing from you both.
Yeah.
Take care.
Very good. Bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Where are you?
I'm here. This is Marty and Linda.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Can you see us? Can you
No,
see
no.
me?
I have to.
It's the Tischlers. Somewhere.
It's there.
On the phone?
Yeah, no, we're here.
Oh,
We're here.
okay.
Wait a second. Let me just set my setting.
Oh, I see you. I see you. Steve, do you see them?
Not yet.
I can see one person.
Speaker view.
Is it me?
Yeah, if you click speaker view, you don't have to look for people.
Their name is iPad.
Wait a second.
Yeah, your name is iPad.
Oh, I'm on Marty's. That's why he didn't.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, I see you.
You see?
Gloria, how are you?
We're fine. How are you? How's everybody?
Everybody's fine.
Happy birthday, old
Steve,
man.
I can't believe you're 80.
Thank you.
I can't believe it.
Well, you can't be that far behind.
I'm further behind. Oh my God.
Yes. I'm blessed with a lot of healthy cousins. So then you're one of them.
Oh yeah. Well, we're all healthy. Everybody's
I'm waiting in the
and we're
background.
younger, and we're much younger.
Of course. Yes. Right.
Yeah.
I think Jerry Nadler's wife is on. I saw her before.
They don't hear me. Not sure why.
Is she on?
She was on. I saw her. Yes, and she was very happy. I was very happy to see her.
Joyce. Yeah.
Joyce,
Oh.
yeah, she was on. I
She's not
saw her
on?
before.
Okay. Yeah, we have to wish her well.
Jerry's probably busy in D.C.
Yeah,
doing
this
his
is
work.
Congressman Nadler is a cousin, and
Yeah.
his wife is Joyce, and she's had some health issues and wanted to wish her well.
Okay. Oh,
Pass it along.
I want to wish you a
I
happy
will
birthday.
just jump in, just say
thank you and congratulations. I got to go now. Steve, thank you and happy
Julia.
birthday. Mazal tov, Yom Huledet Sameach. And it's great to see you all, guys. And I hope to see you all in Israel. Adele, you look wonderful. Just as I thought.
Laila Tov.
Bye, Julia.
Thank you.
Adele doesn't
Bye,
age.
everybody.
Adele is the same that she's been forever and ever and ever.
Steve, I
Steve.
gotta
Thank you so much.
Dave, this is Joel and Beth. I think she's somewhere around here. How are you?
Hey, nice to see you, Joel.
It's 100%. Glad we're here to help you celebrate, notwithstanding the fact. Great to see you both.
Happy birthday, old man.
Absolutely.
Good to see you.
My pals from Bethany Beach. We haven't seen you for too long. I tell you, you're looking chipper there.
Hi,
We'll be
Beth,
there next
how are
week.
you? I miss you guys. Come on
We
down.
miss you too so much. It's so nice to see you. This is a
When are you
wonderful thing that you're
coming?
doing. Anyway, it's
Well, thank you for
good.
stopping by.
Our pleasure. Our
100%.
pleasure. We want to wish you all the best and happy birthday and enjoy all the celebration. Lots
Thank
of
you,
love
Joe.
to you guys.
Okay, we'll see you down
Stay
there.
well. Stay well.
Okay.
Yep.
Come along.
Thank you.
Steve,
Oh, that's nice.
Steve, Alan Lang, and Rhonda.
Yes.
Happy,
Hi.
happy birthday and many more. Marcia, happy birthday next week.
Thank
You're
you.
our favorite people.
Well, we hope so, and vice versa.
Let me talk about you for a bit because people have been focusing a lot on Steve.
Yeah.
We met when we were about 10 or 11, right?
Oh.
You were on Frontenac Street,
Yeah.
and we were friendly all through school. And I remember when you got married and you moved to Germany, and I couldn't understand why you were going to Germany so far away.
Right.
And you guys came back, and Steve, I want to share with you my favorite times are on your boat. You would start out so slowly, and I would think, oh, this ride is going to last forever. And then it got faster and faster and faster, and it was the best boat ride ever. And I really, really, really miss those rides. So, Steve, have a very happy birthday. Live long and healthy, and Marcia, the same to you, and hope to see you guys real soon.
Happy birthday to both of you.
Thank you.
We
Thank
hope
you.
so.
Oh, my.
Been
It's
too
great to
long.
see old friends. Not that they're old, but friends.
Yeah, they're old. As Joe Sherman said, they're old.
Say fine, friends.
They just don't look it.
That's right.
Fine.
Oh, my. Anybody have any questions about anything?
Steve, Lois, and I just want to wish you a happy birthday, and it's great to have you around the neighborhood. And as long as
I love when you come to lunch and learn and share your stuff. It's really great.
Thank you, Joe.
Steve, I want to wish you a happy birthday, Joe, and I have to leave, but I have
Yes.
really appreciated watching, and you too, Marcia, the amount of people who love you is overwhelming. It's really wonderful to see. And even though we don't see you very much because we live in California, we think of you fondly. We talk about the two of you, and we hope that when this is over, we will get to visit. We never did get the boat ride. I don't know. That sounds like something special that we've missed.
Oh, it is.
still
Trust
have
me.
that.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
Gloria,
still have
I
a
hope,
boat?
Gloria, I hope you don't use us as a case study.
No, I'm just enjoying. I'm not working today. I am still
No.
working though. It's keeping
Doc-
me busy in this very locked down city out here. We
They
live
are
in La
good.
Jolla, for those
Yeah,
of you who
Doc-
don't know us. And
Dr.
I've known Marcia since elementary school.
Yes,
And
Dr.
Steve from when they dated. So long-term
Right,
friends.
right.
Feel like part of the family. All right. Love you guys. Goodbye.
you.
It was lovely to see everybody and all the well wishes, and happy birthday. Enjoy your day and your year, and we'll stay in touch.
Yes. Thank you, Dr.
Steve,
Gloria.
just one more thing from me, Colleen.
Yes.
I don't think I would have 50 people at my party. To have 100 people.
Oh, get
and
out.
fun.
Yes, what? Don't even think that.
Amazing. And Marcia, I know your birthday is on the 29th of January, and I want to wish you a very, very happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
I'm always so happy when you turn another age because you are just a minute older than me, and that makes me very happy. So, once
Gotta
again,
get it in.
congratulations. So nice to hear from all these wonderful people on this line. You're all such special friends. I wish you were mine.
It is magic. It is magic.
Ollie, I am not worried about you and how many people you would have at a party like this. Right, Gail? I mean, really.
It occurs to me that we can tell who are the long time people and who are the shorter time people. Those who call you Marcia and those who call you Marcia.
Yes.
I always call you Marcia because I know you a long time.
That's right.
Well, you're maybe only half right. My old-time friends, I retrained to call me Marcia, and they're very smart people, so they learned to do that.
Okay. So are you accusing me of not smart?
Not all of us have learned.
This is the time to start a real conversation.
Yeah.
No. Love you anyway.
We're here to talk about Steve today.
Yeah, but she insists I call her boss. I don't understand that.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Steve,
That's
we'd like to hear some final thoughts from you.
From me?
Yeah, you're the birthday boy.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I'm just delighted to be able to share this day with I don't know how many we had, almost 180 some. Well, a lot of people, and I hope some of the happiness rubs off on everybody. I am delighted. My actual birthday on Wednesday, the 20th, was a special day for everybody on the Zoom, and ever since it's been carried forward in spades. And I really hope it keeps us all stable and happy through this miserable winter we're having, and eventually climb out of this thing in one piece. In terms of future, as mentioned, I volunteer with a whole bunch of places, and I'm an officer of this or that or the other thing. I'm probably overextended, but what I've discovered was overextending is good, because I'm able to work at least an 8-hour day every day, and I'm never catching up. And as long as I don't catch up, I have tomorrow to look forward to try to catch up, and that doesn't work either. So it's a circle, but it's not vicious. It's a very life-giving circle, and I'm delighted to work with the outfits that I work with, both commercial and a nonprofit, and it's keep me floating. I have a gratitude to my gene pool. My parents bestowed on me and my sisters, both of them, excellent health characteristics, I think, good mental health, reasonable physical health. So we've been blessed, and I'm delighted to pass that blessing along to my 7 grandkids and try to make their life comfortable and give them motives to do good things. We're particularly proud at the moment of our grandson Grant, who's I guess he's 22 now, and he just started a business on Wednesday, well thought out, extremely well planned, and he's hyper qualified to do the work as a 22-year-old. If you can think back that far, what skill set we had when we were that age. And so it's a delight to watch an entrepreneurial pass me down work out so well. And so anyhow, that's some of my thoughts. I wish everybody the appropriate social distancing, that is social distance from your refrigerator, social distance now from your TV set. There's nothing left in life, is there? If you got a social distance from both of them, now what? There's got to be something else. But that'll keep us mentally straight, and I am concerned, and we try to maintain a high level of contact with as many people as we can. And this VFI Plus program, actually, the underlying theme behind it was mental health. It gives a fairly good number of people, like, over 100, every Tuesday and Thursday, something to think about. It takes their minds off everything. It sends them off on a 4,000-mile jaunt, probably 1 or 2 millennia back. And so to me, it's extremely healthy, and I think everybody else feels the same way. So if you can find ways to keep your comrades and your compatriots keep their heads together and give it a shot. It's worth it. I'm just concerned for our society, and I'm doing what I can do. You're all welcome to try to figure out something to amplify that if you can. I'm open to any questions anybody might have that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Again, L'chaim.
Shalom and L'chaim.
Tulai.
Yes, that's important.
L'chaim.
Just wanted to say something in light of all the commentary about thanking you for your service and your business acumen and everything. I wanted to thank you for something that nobody's mentioned. I want to thank you for your service to the United States. 4 years in the U.S. Army, JAG unit, captain. Here's to you, buddy.
Thank you. Well, I wasn't in a JAG unit, but I was a captain. I was active duty in Germany with my supervisor in a ordnance unit, actually a technical branch of the Army in the 4th Armored Division.
I got misinformation from my wife.
That's all right. No problem. But you're painting it. That's an interesting point. One of the things I discovered, and this is true for also Greg, the military service, which is pretty rare these days among us, less than, I don't know, maybe 0.75% of the population participate. But the military service, in our experience, for both Marcia and I, was formative. And the leadership skills that come out of it, the involuntary behavior that then becomes voluntary, is valuable. And I think it's good for parents. It's just a good thing to do. So if you have kids that are, aimless or aren't sure of things, put a uniform on them, send them to OCS or something, and make an officer out of them, and it'll really work a job on them, positive job, like nothing else that I can think of. So I always
work great for Joe and Monica.
That's right. That's right.
See how it works in Israel, Steve.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, Jay and Gail over there, they have a son who served in the Air Force, became a lieutenant colonel, then retired. And his wife was a first lieutenant nurse, I believe, in the Air Force.
That's right.
So that's a military family from the word go. We don't see too much of that anymore. And that's a shame, but it's out there. It's available to everybody. So I'm signing up enlistees here. Anybody, just raise your right hand. Say after me.
Oh, that's what this is? I thought this was a birthday party.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to sign off.
Yes. Well, thanks for joining with us today. We're going to keep this open mic for as long as folks want to chatter.
Thank you for your video.
Bye.
Great video.
Bye, buddy.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to both
Yeah.
of you.
Thank you, Jane.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Steve.
you.
birthday.
Yeah.
Bye, Marcia.
Video?
Happy birthday again.
Yes.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Steve? Hi. Linda wants to say something.
Question with
Linda.
Mackenzie.
Oh yeah, Mackenzie was wrapping presents for Steve. We showed him before.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, she wanted to get into the party,
She was very sweet. That's nice.
Oh, yes.
Happy
See
birthday.
you on Zoom.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Take care.
Okay, take care. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Glad you made it home safe.
Hey.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for getting
Casey.
us the link.
Dave,
Oh, good.
Yes.
this is Linda. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, no, I'm just going to say I wish you a very, very happy birthday and the best of health, and et cetera, et cetera. And hopefully maybe we'll get to see you soon again.
Yes.
And, you know, I saw Marty.
I'm here. I'm just here.
Okay.
I'm waving hello. Happy birthday, old man.
Same to you.
I saw, you know, Grant's post on Facebook about, you know, the opening of his new agency.
Yes.
And so, you know, I thought, you know, Rory is a creative director in an ad agency. I mean, that's his, you know, because
Oh, I didn't know that.
the many, yeah, that's what he does. He worked for many years with American Express Publishing. He was the creative director for Food and Wine magazine.
Wow. Why don't you put those two together? They can have a lunch.
But he works, you know, he was at a very large media agency that, you know, just basically handles food, CPG, and, you know, food clients.
Yeah.
And et cetera. And now he has his own agency too. But he basically is involved with food, you know, emerging brands,
yeah,
et cetera. But you know what? He can offer help. You know, he can connect with him on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever. And maybe he has some suggestions, because it certainly is not an easy time to start an agency.
Right. By the way, how is Aunt Miriam, or how is your grandmother doing?
She's fine. I mean, so far, she doesn't go out of the house now. You know, they keep her pretty well isolated.
I should explain for a second. Aunt Miriam is my father's younger sister. She is 101 years old, I believe.
Yeah, November, she was 101.
Yeah, and this woman, to the best of my knowledge, hasn't seen the inside of a hospital in 30 years, takes no medication that I'm aware of, lives by herself in an apartment, and is tended to by some relatives. Is that all accurate?
Yeah, well, she's, you know, Roberta, my cousin, is living with her, and she never went to a doctor. Her daughter is a doctor. Her daughter and son-in-law are both doctors.
Right.
Her other daughter is a nurse practitioner, and she does not do anything. You know, she just doesn't take any medicine. She doesn't go for testing or whatever, and she's fine. And
Linda, I want to introduce you. Can you tell Linda is from New York, guys? Okay, so this is Steve's first cousin. And this is on my relative side, my sister Avis, Steve's sister Adele, you know. Okay, my side. Okay, so Avis, this is Jeff, first cousin. Robin, first cousin. And anybody else? No, I don't think so. They left.
Well, I can see Uncle John here. He's the Rolls Royce cousin.
Uncle John is the Rolls Royce cousin.
Right.
I don't think there's anybody else. They left.
Yeah.
Okay. And then friends, Barbara and Joel. Barbara and I have been friends since we were 5 years old. How about that? And no, I think everybody else is on Steve's side that you might know. I don't know. Linda, is that part of? I get mixed up with your family. Well, anyway, Jerry is a friend. Did you see yourself, Jerry, in one of those pictures?
Yeah. Yeah, he's muted. Jerry is a VFI alumni. We did it, I think, twice together.
Did you?
Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm unmuted now. Yeah, I did see me. Actually, in two pictures.
Oh, true. Yeah, I saw one.
Yeah, and but that was actually my first trip to Israel. Yeah, Steve is the one who got me interested in it. I always talked about it, never got to do it. And then Steve said, why don't you join VFI? And I said, well, what's VFI? And, and we went from there. And from there, I went to Israel 4 times, ended up in the hospital once. Had a wonderful experience in the hospital, by the way. I have to tell you, the Israeli medical system is very, very good. I mean, at the time, there was some kind of a contagious something or other going around, and they had people in the halls, like they do now. Only it wasn't quite as serious as it is now. But yeah, that was how I got there, and I've known Steve for a couple of years now.
since 9th grade in high school, I think.
Yes, that's about right. Yeah. So when Steve first moved to Yonkers, which is where I'm from, that's when we met, and there were 4 of us: Steve, Richie, Jay, and I. Jay was on here, but he zoomed out, earlier.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah, he left you a message on the chat, by the way, Steve.
Okay.
And we've been friends ever since. Sometimes, a couple of years apart before we got together, but eventually we did. Yeah. The interesting thing is, Marcia and Steve were married the day after I was, and they came to my wedding. I couldn't go to theirs because I'd just been married. So, I owe you one on that. So I've known you guys for, quite a long time.
The marriage we have will make sure you get invited.
I'm sorry, was he?
You have.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
The next marriage you have to invite us.
Well, okay, but that's going to be a long time from now, probably another 100 years. So it's going to be a while. We're both of us have been very lucky, Steve and I, to meet the 2 women that we've met and married and been able to maintain the marriage for as long as we have.
Yeah.
And
some long marriages here. Barbara, how long are you?
Yeah.
In June, it'll be 60 years.
Yeah. Well, okay, we're getting there.
Yeah.
And it's good to see Barbara and Adele. I mean, I haven't seen them since they were kids. And
really? Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's really good to see you guys.
Long time.
We're going to say goodbye. Happy birthday, Steve.
Thank you for joining us, Barbara.
Happy birthday, Marcia. I know it's coming up.
We'll do this again in 10 years.
Steve, do you see Ralph?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Ralph, you see Ralph?
Yeah,
he finally came on.
Happy birthday, Joel. I know you just had one too.
Steve, this is Linda and Marty. We're going to say goodbye.
Bye. Yeah,
birthday. I have to go walk my dog.
Okay.
I don't know how to
Nice
tell
to
you.
see you again.
Wait, you left. They left already.
That was Linda and Marty.
Very confusing.
No, we're still here.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough, Ralph.
We're saying goodbye now.
Enough.
Marty, are you still working or did you retire?
No, you don't
work.
You look around for where it says where a microphone is.
Okay. Is iPad your
What?
ID?
Yeah.
No idea. What does it say there, Linda?
It says iPad 3.
iPad, yeah.
Oh,
that's it.
yeah, it's Marty's iPad. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah,
He didn't
you can
say
change the
that.
name if you like, but that we know who you are.
Huh? I don't know how to change
He
this
has
stuff.
to change the setting.
Well,
Yeah, no, I have to get going. I have to walk my dog. It's getting
Walk your
dark.
dog. Okay.
And I wish you a very, very happy birthday. And
you
Marcia,
very much.
you too.
Thank you.
Yours is
I'm not
coming
80 though.
Marcia, you trained Linda and I because I remember when it was Marcia, but now we only use Marcia. So you trained us well.
What?
Answer the hey you.
Why did you change the pronunciation?
I didn't. I was born with Marcia, but nobody told me that till I was in 2nd grade. And then my father said one day, your name is Marcia. And I said, well, why didn't you tell me? So it turned out that my father wanted Marcia and named me that, but my mother wanted Marcia. So since I was with her most of the time, that's what she called me. And then, so I went by Marcia until I was in high school, and then started using Marcia because I liked it.
Oh, so okay, all right.
So
I don't
yeah.
understand why all of a sudden, because
I know
it was Marcia, and then all of a
know.
sudden it was Marcia.
So
Well,
now,
at least you
know,
didn't
so I
change
can
your
tell
last
when I
name.
met
That's what
people.
counts.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I understand.
Yep. There you go.
Okay. All right, I got to get going, but it was great speaking to you
Bye.
and best of health.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm going to say goodbye too. Marcia, you did a great job. I can't congratulate you enough for this Zoom that you put together. It was really fantastic.
Turn it off.
Thank you, but you have to thank Steve too, because again,
Yeah,
the technology part belongs to him. I can't
yeah,
do
well,
it.
I know he is. I
And
consider him.
Alana.
Yeah, I consider him one of the founders of the internet. I mean, I know, I know Al Gore, you know, invented it. But frankly, Steve is the one who was able to put it together and build a company out of it. And I think that's fantastic. So,
Yep.
Steve, I'm going to wish you a happy birthday. You too.
Thank you,
Marcia.
Jerry. Right. Yeah.
And,
And just,
all the best
you're
to you.
looking,
Stay healthy.
you're looking for
Stay
a
healthy.
technology person, that's me. If you're looking for a conspirator, that's her.
Oh yeah, I'm good at that.
Okay. Well, if you're looking for a someone who knows a little something about COVID-19, that's me.
That's you, right? Yeah, Jerry.
I've been reading up on it.
We'll see you
Okay.
Tuesday.
Bye-bye. See you Tuesday. Yep.
Bye, Jerry.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh my.
Actually, I think Alana started this business.
Actually, yes, I hold her responsible for some of the ideas.
Alana said something.
Oh, I did. Yeah. Well, Steve told me if I had any ideas for this, and I said, well, why don't you get your friends to give record themselves with a memory and how they met you, because that's, my parents. There's people I know that have been related to my family in one way or another, but I don't know how, and I can't remember, and my kids certainly won't know. So I thought it'd be good to have something like that for you guys and for future generations.
Right. Well, we got some of that, I think.
Yeah.
And I do think, like I said to Steve, when you have, this is like great for memorials at a funeral.
Right. Right. It is. But,
I'm sorry, Steve, but,
You
we
did
don't
mention that, yes.
Yeah, we don't need eulogies now, because this is like perfect. You put this all together and you got it.
Right. Well, I'll think about that when I make up the videotape.
Okay. Yeah, you got to make